Ayodhya Kand, chapter number 78. We have so far seen Shatrughna and Bharata returning to their capitals after conducting the funeral rites of King Dashratha. And now Shatrughna is questioning how come Rama went off into the forest. Why didn't Lakshmana do anything to prevent him? And how come the king was entrapped in the mesh of his wife in the first place? And now we are going to see another side of Shatrughna when he encounters Manthara. Verse 5. Iti sambhashamane tu Shatrughna Lakshmananuje pragdvare abhuttada kubja sarva bharanabhushita. While Shatrughna, the younger brother of Lakshmana, was talking thus, the humpback Manthara, duly adorned with all types of ornaments, appeared at the eastern gate. So we remember that Kaikeyi had promised a whole lot of jewels and everything to Manthara, and we can see that she kept up her promise. And even though she initially gave a beautiful ornament to Manthara for providing her the information that Rama is going to be crowned the king, her greed made her change her mind, and she gave necklaces and ornaments to that very Manthara for saying that Rama is supposed to go off into the forest. So you can see that the same two individuals had a completely different relationship when just one of them had greed installed in her mind. And that's the reason why Valmiki has mentioned that Sarvabharana Bhushita. She is decorated with all sorts of jewels. And she has appeared over there. And this reminds me of the sentence that Hanuman mentions to Lord Rama in the 3rd chapter of Kishkinda Kand. He says, you are supposed to be adorned with all sorts of ornaments, and yet you are completely unadorned with any ornament. What happened? So there is this dichotomy, Manthara took away the jewels from Rama and now she has decorated herself. However, when we begin to enjoy things without first offering them to the Lord, the consequences are very severe. This is why in Bhagavad Gita 9:27, Krishna says, Yat karoshi yat ashnasi, yat juhoshi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya, yat kurushva mad arpanam. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. Mat arpanam, as an offering unto me. And it is the duty of everyone to mold his life in such a way that he will not forget Krishna in any circumstance. We also know that after Bharata returns from Chitrakuta, he shuns royal clothes and ornaments. He dresses up in rags and deerskin, and he lives on the outskirts of Ayodhya in a place called Nandigrama. He has matted hair. He looks exactly like Lord Rama himself. Even though Rama was asked to go to the forest by his father, Bharata voluntarily does that out of a sincere affection for his beloved brother. And now this Manthara, who professes to love Bharata so much, she does not even understand that Bharata would not be pleased when Rama is away. And she is now wearing all sorts of jewels, and she has now deprived Bharata from wearing all those jewels as well. Manthara is very definition of constant struggle that a Jivatma has to undergo in this material universe. When you see something, you want to grasp it. You want it. I want it. Why shouldn't I have it? Why shouldn't I have power and fame and wisdom and knowledge? And why shouldn't I have it? It's the word I. It's that word mine. And we have already seen that Manthara was afraid of losing her position as the maid of the favorite queen of Emperor Dashrath. She did not want to become queen herself, but she wanted to be the best of her class, the best of her level, the best of servants. But she did not want to be the best servant to the best person. Who is the best person? The best person is always Lord Rama. He is Purushottama, the best of all the Purushas. Instead, she wanted to be the best servant of Kaikeyi. So she was worried about her position, she was worried about her stipend, and she was worried if Kaikeyi is going to be demoted, what is going to happen to her? That's why she instigates that greed in Kaikeyi's mind and guides Kaikeyi into performing all these atrocious acts, which resulted in the death of her husband and the exile of her two sons and daughter-in-law into the forest, and universal calumny from the people, the boycott of her own son, and so on and so forth. And you can see Valmiki's pain as well. Valmiki calls her as Kubaja, or a hunchback. And he's saying that that hunchback is now wearing Sarvabharana Bhushita. She is wearing all ornaments. And Rama, the Purushottama, the best of the best, who is Sattva Sampanna, who is Yashasvina, who is Dharmatma, the most handsome of all men, he is deprived of bhushanas, he is deprived of ornaments. He is made to go to the forest wearing rags and deerskin with matted hair without any ornaments. And now look at this Kubja. She is wearing all ornaments. And this sentiment continues on to the next verse as well. Verse 6. Lipta chandana sarena Rajavastrani bibhrati vividham vividhais taistair bhushanaischa vibhushitaha. Anointed with the scent of sandalwood and wearing royal clothes, she was bedecked with several kinds of ornaments of every description in various ways. Once again, sage Valmiki uses some very vivid descriptions to describe how Manthara was in the absence of Lord Rama. Having deprived him of sandalwood paste, she has now anointed herself with sandalwood paste. Having deprived Rama of all ornaments, now she is adorning herself with all ornaments. Having deprived Rama of royal clothes, Manthara is now wearing all sorts of royal clothes, and so on and so forth. Verse 7. Mekhala damabhischitrai anyaischa shubha bhushanai babase bahubir badha rajubadheva vanari. Tied with colorful girdle strings and wearing many other auspicious ornaments, she looked like a female monkey tied with a rope. So all these were gifts of Mother Kaikeyi. Every single thing, the royal clothes, the essence of sandal, the various ornaments, and colorful girdle strings, every single thing was a gift from Kaikeyi. It was a gift for contriving a plot for kicking Rama out of the kingdom. And usually when women wear beautiful ornaments, have good perfumes, and wear very good clothes, they look very beautiful. But Valmiki says that she looked like a vanari, like a monkey, like a female monkey. That's all she looked like. It did not suit her. It wasn't right. And now we should also remember that everyone knows that Kaikeyi's mind was turned due to Manthara. Possibly she could have boasted about it to other servants. People may have observed that suddenly she was looking more resplendent than ever, and they might have questioned what had happened, and she might have answered that it was her brains that put Rama into exile. And anyway, she was now universally reviled. Now, knowing this, let us go through the next verse. Verse 8. ताम समीक्ष्य तदा दास्तो भृशं पापस्य कारिणीं गृहीत्वा अकरुणं कुब्जां शत्रुघ्नया न्यवेदयान्. Seeing that hunchback, the doer of many sinful deeds, the gatekeepers got hold of her and informed Shatrughna. So, a few important points to note here. The first one is Papakarini, the one who has done a lot of evil deeds, the doer of bad deeds, sinful deeds. And the other word is Akarunam. There was no sensitivity to her. There was no pity. And when the gatekeepers saw this cruel, sinful kubja or a hunchback lady, they dragged her to Shatrughna and offered her to Shatrughna. Nevedayan means offered. It also means over here that they informed Shatrughna. But they informed Shatrughna, they did not inform Bharata. Why? Because it is through this action that we are going to understand the meaning of the name Shatrughna. And of course, we should also understand how Bharata responds to this. Bharata, with a lot of kindness, he responds to this, but we are going to see the differences in Bharata and Shatrughna's characteristics in this chapter. Even though Shatrughna is a reflection of Bharata, even though Bharata and Shatrughna love each other very much, very akin to how Rama and Lakshmana behave with each other, we are going to see a difference in this particular chapter. Verse 9. Yasya krite vane Rama nyasta deha cha va pita sa iyam papa nrishamsa cha tasya kuru yathamati. O Lord, this is a sinful wretch who killed his majesty and drove our beloved Rama to the woods. We entreat you to punish her as she deserves. So do what you consider to be fit. Do what is correct for her. That is yata mati. Whatever is correct for her, that's what you're supposed to do. And now we will see how Shatrughna behaves with this hunchback Manthara. Verse 10. Shatrughna cha tat agnyaya vachanam brisha dukkitaha antahpura charan sarvan iti uvacha drita vrata. Intensely grieved to hear those words, Shatrughna, who was steadfast in his vows, said to the inmates of the inner apartment. The inner apartment is Antahpura, and there are two different adjectives for Shatrughna right now. The first one is Brisha Dukkitaha, and the other one is Dridavratha. Brishatakitaha means deeply grieved, and Dridhavrata means firm and steadfast in his vows. It is pretty obvious why Valmiki calls Shatrughna as Brishadukkitaha. This is because Shatrughna has seen the person who was responsible for the death of his father and for the exile of his brothers and sister-in-law. And therefore, he is quite sad to see her, that this cruel, insensitive hunchback was the reason why so many calamities had taken place in his family. So this is very obvious why Valmiki calls Shatrughna as Brishadukkitaha. the one who is extremely grieved, who's very sad. But why is Valmiki calling Shatrughna as Dhrita Vrata, the one with firm vows, the one who is stern and steadfast in his vows? Dhrita Vrata is one of the names of Lord Rama himself. In fact, if we can recall the first chapter of Balakand, where sage Valmiki questions sage Narada if a perfect man exists in the world, he defines 16 different qualities that characterize a perfect man. They are Gunavan, Viryavan, Dharmagnya, Kritagnya, Satyavakyo, Drudha चारित्रेण युक्तः सर्वभूतेषु हितः विद्वान् समर्थः एकप्रियदर्शनः आत्मवान् जितक्रोधो द्युतिमान् अनुसूयकः कश्यपिप्यति देवाश्च जातरोषस्य संयुगे. These are the 16 different qualities that characterize a perfect man. And when sage Narada listens to these 16 different qualities, he says, Bahuvo Durlabha, it is very difficult to find a person who embodies all these qualities, but Ikshvaku Vansha Prabhu Ramo Namo Janai Shritaha Netatma Mahavidyo Ditiman Dritiman Vashi. 1.1.8. This is the first time Rama's name appears in Valmiki Ramayana, so it is a very significant verse. We have already discussed that before. And there are multiple other places in Valmiki Ramayana where Dhrida Vrata is used to describe Lord Rama. Lord Rama's pledge itself says, Sakradeva Prapannaya Tava Asmi Iti Cheyachate Abhayam Sarva Bhutabhyo Dadami Etat Vratam Mama. He places a lot of emphasis on Vrata, on his vow, on his firm adherence to vow. The Ikshvakus are known for being very famous. In fact, Sant Tulsidas has written, Raghukul Riti Sada Chali Aayi Pran Jai Par Vachan Na Jai. Raghukul's motto is that even at the cost of their own life, they will keep up their pledge. So it's a very common phrase, and we know that Rama is very firm in his vows. So now why is Valmiki calling Shatrughna as firm in his vows as well? This is because the Lord embodies all qualities, and the quality that describes the strength of his vow is actually Shatrughna. So now who is Shatrughna? We are going to learn who is Shatrughna and how he interacts with Manthara. Let us not forget that the gatekeepers told Shatrughna to behave with Manthara as she deserves and as Shatrughna sees fit. And now we are seeing that there is a reflection of Rama's own quality in Shatrughna. So who is he? How is he going to behave with Manthara? And what does Manthara embody? She embodies greed and corruption. So how does Rama deal with greed and corruption? This is what we are going to learn from how Shatrughna interacts with Manthara.